Testing mic 1 2. Testing mic 1 2.
Good evening and welcome back to Peny Radio. Wherever you are, we welcome you to this evening session. It's the 19th day of August 2022 and we're live on Peny Radio. We're live on Facebook and YouTube, PenyGH. We're also live on our website, PenyGH.com. This is the time with the counselor, and I have here in the studios Counsellor Tony. The song at the background is from the camp of Ben Cranton. So today we want to continue from where we left off last week, and we want to believe that you're ready and you sharing the link for someone to join. All right, so Counsellor Tony is here, and wherever you are, I want you to help me, join me, welcome him, and we'll start the program. So, Counsellor, good evening and welcome back to this evening's session.
Thank you.
Trust you're doing well.
All is well, and we are here again.
Thank God. We thank God for how far He has brought us, for giving us today.
Yeah.
Yes. So we left off at a point last week, and I want us to see how best we can continue and make things look better. So we're still on the blended family system. Yeah, blended family system. So we want to continue from there. So it looks like today we'll be looking at ownership. What do I owe and some responsibilities and some actions that individuals or parties are supposed to take. So it looks like today we should be looking at individuals and some things that we can push on to them. As humans, we run away from responsibilities. We run away from, we want to enjoy things that we say, oh, this is for me, but once it's coming with some kind of responsibility, you want to run away from it. So let's. I want to leave everything in your hands. So
all
that
right.
we can.
So
yes.
thank you very much, and thanks for our listeners and our viewers. I'm very sure. So far, the topic or the discussion on blended family system is well understood. To the layman's language, we say step family, where abanumers are brought into the marriage. We looked at a few challenges or possible challenges that could confront blended family system or step family system. We looked at some causes or reasons or factors that will lead to blended family system. We said a whole lot of things, and looking at it, it is also time for us to look at what is yours, what is mine, and what is ours. What is yours, what is mine, and what is yours. Remembering that we are coming into this new family system with our individual children, with our individual properties or achievements, with our individual gains. We are coming together as husband and wife. So it's important for us to look at what we can say is mine and what you can say is yours, and what we can both say is
It's
ours. If you're able to identify what is yours and what is mine and what is ours, there will be a kind of balance in the marriage, and we will enjoy some level of peace.
Wow.
So to start with, I will want to say that starting a new family with a child or children could come with great mixed feeling. The mixed feeling will be, will this man be a good husband to me and be a good father to my children or my child? Would this woman be a good mother to my children or my child and be a good wife to me? This comes with a lot of mixed feeling. Now, the deception of coming to visit with items, coming to visit to wash my clothes and wash that of my children or my child, is not enough to determine a good wife or a good mother.
Okay, that is before the marriage itself.
Yes, before that. So the little things that we see before we blend or come together as a family or couple is far different from the reality of we bringing our children or our my child into the family. It's very, very important.
Okay.
So it needs patience. It needs systematic calculation. You need to be very watchful and very mindful, so that the things that happened in the previous relationship or the previous marriage, when they begin to come up, or when you begin to see them, you don't say, oh, this was what happened and this is how it's going to end.
You don't conclude too fast.
No. So you take your time.
Okay.
You take your time. So we're saying that if you are a father, then you are sure to delegate that motherly role to another woman.
Okay.
Who is becoming your wife and a mother to your child. And if you are a mother, you are also delegating that fatherly role to a man who is becoming your husband and a father to your children or your child. Having said this, these children that we are bringing into the marriage, how are we seeing them? Are we seeing them as our own children or as your children? Or as my children? We need to be able to draw the line carefully, because we established that the children should come to a point where they will both agree that they are not of different parents, but of same parents. The children should come to a level where they will see themselves as blood brothers and sisters, and not stepchildren. Immediately they begin to see themselves as steps, they know that the house will be on fire.
Sure.
So we want to, you see, establish a family principle.
Okay.
Set family principle before you convert the relationship into marriage.
Okay.
It is important to now set principle. And I call it family principle. Mine, yours, ours. Mine, yours, ours. When fights break up, we are not now going to differentiate which of the children as my children and which of them is yours. So we ask ourselves some few questions. We are now coming to form a blended family.
Okay.
We are moving away from the deception moment of coming to wash, coming to cook, bringing items here and there. Because what you see in a relationship, honestly, are not the same thing you're going to see in a marriage.
Okay.
Because there are realities in marriage. There are realities in marriage. Marriage in itself is an eye opener. Yes. So I don't want to punch more at marriage. I just want to look at it as marriage relationship. So we ask ourselves few questions as we enter into that marriage relationship. Okay. The question should be, who is this man? Who is this man or woman? Who is he going to be to my children?
Okay.
That is in terms of parenting.
Okay.
In terms of parenting, who is this woman or man to my children? What is his spending pattern?
Okay.
What is his or her spending pattern? That is to talk about finance, money. Yeah. Then what are his expectations into this blended family?
Okay.
What are his expectations as we enter into this blended family? What are her expectations as we enter into this blended family? That is to talk about planning. So we're looking at parenting. Who is this man or woman to my children?
Okay.
And the question should be asked very well. Who is this man or woman to our children? That is to establish number one principle, that what is yours is ours. What is yours is ours. So we set that number one principle for parenting.
Okay.
Then what is this woman or man's spending pattern?
Okay.
Money. And you see, it's money that causes money is one of the evils in marriage, in blended family system. Even if it is not blended,
exactly,
it's a straightforward family system. It's money. In fact, money is something that, if it's not well handled,
can make or break
the marriage,
even relationships.
So with our expectations, what are we coming into the marriage with? What are our expectations? What are our expectations? If I have 2 children and you also have 2 children, making 4, are we stopping? Are we not going to have a child or children of our own? If you own houses, what are my expectations?
Okay.
Am I coming in because of the houses? Is she coming in because of the properties I own? These are serious questions you should be asking yourself. So the principle number 1, I said, what is yours is ours. Now, we have agreed that the children are ours, or the child you are bringing into the marriage is ours. So we're going to set the principles, the parenting principles, such that in terms of discipline, we mentioned that there should be mutual discipline.
Yeah.
The discipline should be mutual. If your voice is high at yours, your voice should be high at mine. So you don't discipline yours and leave mine.
Sure.
So there should be mutual discipline. You feed your children like you feed mine. You feed mine like you feed yours. So that you don't give your children the delicious part of the meal.
You give my counsel.
So, let's see the children coming into the marriage as ours.
Okay.
Or the child coming into the marriage as ours. So that when we are disciplining them, we discipline them the same. Our parenting style should be such that the children should not, or the child should not be able to differentiate between mommy and my stepdad, or my stepmom and my stepdad. Very, very important. Very, very important. Then we because the children are ours, we should also have same religious training or religious upbringing for them. Unless, of course, we both belong to different religions. But if we don't belong to different religions, but different denomination, religion will be different from denomination.
Sure.
So if we both belong to different denomination, where is the child going to? Is also one of the questions that we should be asking ourselves. Where is the child going to? Because it's mine, he or she is following me to my
church
or mosque. Let's look at it carefully. So that the child will not grow up saying that in my mother's church or in my father's church. It should be in our church.
In our church.
So we've mentioned discipline, we've mentioned parenting, we've mentioned religious training or religious upbringing. Then principle number 3, we should have sincere conversation or discussion about our properties. It will amaze you that in our first discussion, we mentioned that there is a point in time the man needs no child. He only needs someone to help take care of the children. Now, this woman or this lady coming in as a wife sees your children as hers. Probably she's aged, she has passed menopause, she won't make babies again, therefore your children are hers. You have acquired properties. Where do we fix the properties? So we should have what? A sincere discussion about properties. If the woman is coming in, the woman has properties and is also coming into the blended family, there should be a sincere discussion.
Talking about this, even in a straight family system, I know of some people who do hide. The lady has bought a land somewhere. The husband is not aware.
Yeah, so I I plan not talking about marriage in as topic, but it will be important to look at secrecy in marriage.
Okay.
Secrecy in marriage, some time to come. Because there are so many hidden things in marriage that when one couple discover, hey, it can break you. Because like you said, the woman may own property like a land or a house somewhere and even rent it to the husband.
Exactly.
Rent it to the family. And it's like, so as a matter of fact, it is important for us to be transparent as we are entering into blended family. We need to be very transparent.
Sure.
So there should be sincere conversation, sincere discussion. This is what I own. This is what I also own. This one was given to me by the family. If you acquire property from the family, to me, I think if you acquire property from the family, you shouldn't own it as your own.
Okay.
You should see it as lended, something that they've lent to you. Because it's a family property.
Yeah.
And your portion has been given to you. So if you enter into marriage, you shouldn't see that thing
as your sole ownership
and begin to share it with your wife or husband. You understand?
Yeah.
But properties that you have acquired by yourself, you understand?
Yeah.
You acquired by yourself before entering into marriage. If we agree that the children or the child coming into the marriage is ours, then the property you personally acquire should also be seen as ours. However, there should be a sincere conversation about this.
Sure.
Then there should also be a discussion or sincere conversation about marriage, about money, sorry.
Okay.
About money. If the woman is rich, or the woman is more well-to-do in terms of finance than the man, let's have a sincere conversation.
Okay.
It is said that the woman's money is hers and the man's money is theirs.
It's theirs.
But you see, at a point in time, we need to look at it again.
Sure.
Wives must look at it again. We have come to an era where women are well paid because they have pushed themselves to the top. And men, of course, are trying hard to push themselves to the top. But there are inches somewhere.
Yeah.
Someone will say that yes, women again are well favored on the job than men. So therefore, women have money than men. That is fine. But when we are entering into blended family, it is important for us to look at it carefully. Have a sincere discussion about it. In a discussion with a senior counselor about money, the question came up: what if the woman has business idea?
Okay.
And is not someone who wants to do white collar job. And the man is into white collar job or working at the office, and the woman is into business, and the man sponsor or support the woman with capital to start a business, and the business grows. where does the profit go? You understand?
Yeah.
Now, this man earns constant salary,
Yeah.
but the profit coming from the business varies, and at the end of the month, it outweighs the man's salary.
Sure.
Now we ask ourselves, if the woman's money is hers, and the man is the one who sets the woman up to start the business, are we going to say that, all right, now I have arrived, now I've settled, therefore I'm giving you your capital that you gave me so I can? No. I know certain marriages, when it comes to money, this is where it has gotten to.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't get there.
Yeah.
It shouldn't get there. And as much as we are discussing blended family system, we touching on the money to say that when it happens this way, or when we get to this stage, the women should appreciate the fact that the men contributed to the height they've gotten to. So there should be sincere conversation. Okay, so we have home expenses, and we are living in a rented apartment. Will it be best for us to use salary to make property for ourselves? You see, now the hours has come in again. Let's use the salary to make property for ourselves and our children, and then use the profit to take care of the home, pay bills, even to some extent pay fees. You see, we need to have a sincere conversation on money when we are entering into blended family. Who takes care of the children bill? The last time I mentioned that if one has to go and pay for registration fee at a deadline in order to write exam, BEC, WASI, whatever it is, final exams, and you have yours as the man of which your child's school fees is not pressing, or should not be paid immediate, you should have that principle that the money is ours, and we will take care of our children with the money, and not my children or my child.
Sure.
So you freely do what? Pay. A lot of issues around money is causing so much confusion. And if we sit down to have sincere conversation about money, meet a family counselor to talk about it, be transparent about it, and when we start, we live by what we said and what we promised to ourselves. Honestly, the children will grow up appreciating marriage, because children in blended family, I must confess, fear marriage. Yes, they fear marriage. We have a lot of divorce. We have a lot of people cohabiting, people who are not interested in marriage because of what they've seen in their homes. The last time I mentioned that there are children who will always be happy they had that man as their father.
Okay.
Yes. There are children who are happy they had that woman quote unquote stepmother as their mother. And they will always call themselves blessed for having her, for having him. Because the parents decided to understand themselves, to make things their own. They make things as ours, is for us. There is no individualistic.
Yeah.
The children are made to see themselves as having same parents. You understand what I'm talking about? So that going forward, it should be hard to point at, oh, stepchild, stepfather, stepmother, except but death. You understand? Yeah. Even when death comes in, and someone will have to remarry or enter into another marriage, the child should not feel the absence of the deceased parents.
Yeah.
Because he or she sees the parents do things the same way, speak the same language. He or she is not referred to the dead parent. You know, it's sad. It's sad when some children find it difficult to live in a blended family. They live with a lot of regret. Some even blame themselves. You know why? They feel it was because of them their biological parents' marriage did not work. And now they are in hell. Why can't that mother make the home conducive for that child? Why can't that father make the home conducive for that child? It's very, very important. The last time we mentioned that you may not have your biological children taking care of you when your strength begins to fail you. You may even not have them around you, except but your steps. So treat all of them equally.
Yeah.
So nobody becomes bitter. Very, very important. So we want to establish that. We must come to the realization, whatever is yours is ours. There should be no day where we sit down and begin to differentiate between when we were coming into the marriage, this was what you came with. It is yours. And when you came, this was what we did together. Therefore, this is your share and this is my share. No. Let's come to a point where it will be difficult for society to tell whose child is this and whose child is that.
Wow.
Yes, it's going to be difficult, but this will come with love. And when I say love, I'm not talking about that thing that makes you feel something like, you understand?
Yeah.
No. Like someone define love as the feeling that you feel when you've not feel before. No. But the love that comes with sacrifice, the love that comes with endurance, the love that comes with tolerance, the love that comes with forgiveness, You understand what I'm talking about? Yes, when we have this as love, sacrifice, tolerance, endurance, forgiveness, oh, it will be a blended family, and yet it will be difficult for society to see. If not a family member who will say anything. Oh, yes. Because we have family members who know too much and say too much.
They know too much, they say too much.
Yes.
Or maybe too much more.
You understand?
Yeah.
So we come to that level where we will love, and our children will look at us and learn love and learn sacrifice and love and learn tolerance. The last time I said, God is interested in family. He loves relationship. He loves it when he sees us together. And we can only live together, stay together, if we are ready to forgive, we are ready to tolerate, we are ready to embrace each other and help one another grow.
The conversation is getting interesting, but then our time is also getting fly. Wow, it has been a wonderful journey, and you know one thing about this series that we're looking at, the blended system, okay, the blended family system, is that at any point that you get to, you experience another branch and you want to touch it, and so we might not be able to even exhaust it. But this is the third part.
Yeah.
This is the third part, and I'm sure we'll have to continue this same series if care is not taken. So our time is up. Your final words, then we take some of the comments that we had.
All right. So my final comment will be that all the factors that leads to divorce, the factors that leads to separation, the factors that may lead to death, and the very big one, blended family, no matter how it is, we should seek to make the family work. Because of our children and because of ourselves. Nobody marries his or her enemy. I want to tell a wife who is taking care of the husband's children that you are not married to your enemy. Therefore, don't see the children as your enemies. And a husband who is also married to a woman who is in a marriage with her children, that you are not married to your enemy, therefore don't see your wife's children as your enemies. See them as your children. Wow. And when we do this, God will bless us.
Wow. All right, so when we do this, God will bless us, and God has been good to us. Today we've come to another wonderful session of the time with the counselor. So I want to pick some few comments that you shared with us. So this one is coming from Vincent. Vincent says, most children learn jealousy and discrimination from their parents, mostly in the blended family system. So parents should be very careful how we treat the children, because you don't know what they are learning. Thank you, Counselor.
Thank you.
Thank you too. This one says, it is very difficult to manage the blended family system, but if you find the courage to do it with the grace of God, it becomes a better place to exist. This person said, "Oh, today I joined late. It's true you've missed a lot, but then you can still go back and watch. The video will still be there on YouTube and on Facebook. Thank you for joining." So this one says the matter of money is very serious. Discussing money in relationship and marriage is important, but yet so many people run away from it. May God help us. Okay, and this one says, thank you for this wonderful insight. God bless you. More grace. Thank you too. God bless you. So these are the comments that you left with us. Don't forget that we'll be back same time next week, 7 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube, PenyGH. Also on our website, PenyGH.com. Tomorrow is another wonderful Saturday, and we'll bring you live worship with Ben Cranton. Don't forget to tell a friend. Thank you. Let's meet again next week at 7 p.m. Thank you once again, Counselor, for always coming. And to our families, we say thank you. God bless all of you for always giving us the chance to come here. It is not easy, but you always do it for us. So thank you.